Matthew 2:1. Now after Jesus was born in Bethlehem of Judea in the days of Herod the king, behold, wise men from the east came to Jerusalem. Verse 2, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? For we saw his star when it rose and have come to worship him. So I think the first question is, how did these men from the east know about the king? How did they know about this king who is to be worshipped? And why did they come from the east to pay homage, to worship him? How did they hear about him? First, let's go to the prophecy that's in Matthew 2:6. It says, And you, O Bethlehem, in the land of Judah, are by no means least among the rulers of Judah, for from you shall come a ruler who will shepherd my people Israel. So there's a ruler who's coming to shepherd the people of Israel. And these wise men come from the east, saying, Where is he who has been born King of the Jews? So they know he's king, and they have come to worship him. It says, For we saw his star when it rose. What star? So if you go to Numbers 24, it says, 24 verse 15, And he took up his discourse and said, The oracle of Balaam, the son of Beor, the oracle of the man whose eye is opened, for the oracle of him who hears the words of God and knows the knowledge of the Most High, who sees the vision of the Almighty falling down with his eyes uncovered. I see him, but not now. I behold him, but not near. A star shall come out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel. It shall crush the forehead of Moab and break down all the sons of Sheth. Okay, so we have a prophecy about a star that's going to rise out of Israel, but that still doesn't answer the question, how did these wise men from the east, pagans, how did they know about this prophecy? How did they know that there was going to be a ruler who was going to be king in Israel and who is worthy of worship? I think the answer is in Daniel, actually. So if you read Daniel 2, this is after Daniel, he interprets the dream of King Nebuchadnezzar. So in Daniel 2:46, it says, Then King Nebuchadnezzar fell upon his face and paid homage to Daniel and commanded that an offering and incense be offered up to him. The king answered and said to Daniel, Truly your God is God of gods and Lord of kings, and a revealer of mysteries, for you have been able to reveal this mystery. Then the king gave Daniel high honors and many great gifts, and made him ruler over the whole province of Babylon and chief prefect over all the wise men of Babylon. Daniel made a request of the king. He appointed Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego over the affairs of the province of Babylon, but Daniel remained at the king's court. So here you have Daniel, who is made the ruler, the chief prefect over all the wise men of Babylon. So he obviously taught them. He was ruler over them. He judged them. So now you have these wise men from the east, which Babylon is directly east from Israel. You have these wise men who know and understand this prophecy. So why did they worship him? Well, in Daniel's further visions, in Daniel 7:13, I saw in the night visions, and behold, with the clouds of heaven there came one like a son of man, and he came to the Ancient of Days and was presented before him. And to him was given dominion and glory and a kingdom, that all peoples, nations, and languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which shall not pass away, and his kingdom one that shall not be destroyed. So you have a king, a ruler, who's going to receive a kingdom, and his kingdom will last forever. So he's also, in verse 13, it says he's coming with the clouds of heaven. Yahweh is the only one in the Old Testament that comes with the clouds of heaven. In Isaiah, in Psalm 18, Yahweh rides on the clouds. He comes with thick clouds of darkness. He is in the clouds. He's coming with the clouds of heaven. And here the Son of Man is doing what Yahweh is doing. But yet he's presented before Yahweh. So you have one who's like a son of man, like a son of Adam, like a human being, who is riding on the clouds, who's coming with the clouds to be presented before Yahweh. Is Yahweh being presented before Yahweh? Daniel definitely understood this. So while he's teaching these wise men, I'm sure that he told these things to them. They seem to know that they need to come when they see the star, when they see the sign. Israel didn't even see the sign. How is it that in Matthew's gospel, the first people who come to worship Jesus are pagans who come from the east? There's so many people, like Muslims will say that Jesus only came to the house of Israel. Then why were pagans from the east, not born in Israel, the first ones to come and worship him? They recognize that he is worthy of worship, and they come bringing gifts. Also, it's interesting, I think, in Psalm 72, Solomon is describing the king. It says, give the king your justice, O God, and your righteousness to the royal son. Could be talking about himself. He is the royal son. He's the son of David, right? God promised David that he'll chastise his son. He'll lead his son into righteousness. He's the promised son of David, but obviously not the fulfillment, because Solomon sinned. He went off into sin, and he proved to not be the king of righteousness. But here Solomon is talking about the king of righteousness that is worthy of all the nations coming before him and giving him tributes and ruling forever. So it says here, may he judge your people with righteousness and your poor with justice. Let the mountains bear prosperity for the people and the hills in righteousness. May he defend the cause of the poor of the people, give deliverance to the children of the needy, and crush the oppressor. May they fear you while the sun endures. May they fear you. So he's talking about the people fearing the king while the sun endures, and as long as the moon throughout all generations. May he be like rain that falls on the mown grass, like showers that water the earth. In his days may the righteous flourish and peace abound till the moon be no more. May he have dominion from sea to sea and from the river to the ends of the earth. We're not talking about a normal king anymore. We're not talking about David. We're not talking about Solomon. This is the Messiah who is going to bring all the nations back to Yahweh. May desert tribes bow down before him, and his enemies lick the dust. May kings of Tarshish and of the coastlands render him tribute. May the kings of Sheba and Seba bring gifts. May all kings fall down before him. All nations serve him. So here you have, again, these pagans coming from other nations and rendering him tribute. And you have these wise men, as soon as they see the sign of the star. We don't know how old Jesus was. It probably took him a while to travel. But anyway, they saw the sign of the star, and they followed it until it came to Jerusalem. And they're seeking this born king. He's born king, right? Most kings aren't born king. He's born king, and they want to worship him, and they bring gifts. It's just fascinating.